right, welcome back to hunting or reloading, hunting, shooting, gun review channel. Today is kind of a cool one. It's all about this right here. One of the guys I work with, his name's Vance. Didn't want to be on video. Just cool guy. He just picked this up. It's the Laugo Alien. Bought it about a week ago. Showed me and said, "You want to do a video on it?" I was like, "Absolutely." He's just a cool guy. Thank you, Vance. I really appreciate it. He wanted me to shout out. I've known about this gun. It's been out since what, 2020, I think is when they came out. I've known about them. I've seen them on videos. I've watched a lot of videos on them. They look really cool, but I've never seen one in person. And I don't know anybody until now that had seen one in person. You know, when I did competition shooting, I never saw them. My son never seen them. My nephews, nobody I knew had actually laid eyes or their hands on one. When I was at SHOT Show, I didn't even think to go look for one. And he'd been looking for one, it sounds like, and he saw this and he wanted me to give a shout out to Lock and Load gun store here in Vegas. They're over on, I got it right here, 9340 Southeastern, Suite 104. If you're here in Vegas, go check him out. I've shopped there over the years. He's there a lot and said they really take care of them. They're the ones that had this. He didn't see anywhere else. They came across it. So if there's something special you need, check them out. Their website, lockandloadgunstore.com. Like I said, he just asked me to give him a shout out. I'm more than happy to do that. So, with that being said, let's take a look at it real quick. Very unique gun. This is the full kit. You got the gun, the holster. The holster is really nice. We'll go over that later. Comes with two different rails, one with the iron sights, one with the red dot. And we'll go over all that, but it's just really, really cool. He did ask me if I'm gonna do the videos. It was brand new, never had a round through it. He was just going to give it to me, and then the last day he said he was supposed to give me one day. He wound up doing the next day. He's like, "Man, he said I got to thinking, if you get in an accident or something happens and I never get it back, at least this way I got to shoot it once." So he put about 50 rounds through it. He did ask that I take it easy on it at first. On their site, they recommend like 250 rounds through it, slow, not speed round, shooting it fast. Bore snake it, every 20, 30 rounds. And I was more than happy to do that. So took it out today. And we'll kind of go over what it is different to shoot. It is neat to shoot. It is with the bore axis on it and how it works. It's pretty crazy. So I did have a little issue, and we'll go over that. Stick around and you'll see what's going on with it, and we'll get past it. So I'm gonna go ahead and bring everything over, and I'll show you how it went today. All right, so of course we start out there. We start with loading the magazines. These are the magazines. I'll tell you what, I reloaded all three of them about 3 times. The last couple times I wasn't putting 17 in. These things are hard as hell to get, and they got to break in. They're just hard as hell to get those last few in, and my thumb was killing me. But anyways, so after that, of course, I get out there and do my first shots with it. You see, man, that thing just looks like it doesn't even move. Now I knew the sights weren't on, so that's what I was looking at, trying to see how I was going. But you see, I was happy there. But yeah, this feels good. Yeah, the sights, I hadn't adjusted the sights yet, so I was just shooting it. That's something I'll do in a second. But I was just having fun, man. It is a crazy gun to shoot with that low bore axis. It doesn't, and everybody knows it about them. They don't do this a whole lot. It's more back, and it just, I'll do more. And look at that, man. That thing just does not move. does not move. So, yep, I was happy. So like I told him, you know, after I put a few through, I used a bore snake, went ahead and cleaned it out. I will say this is one of the easier guns for a field takedown. You just push a pin to the side, push forward, that top rail comes off. There's a little knack to it. The first time I did it, it took me a bit to get it back together. There is a little trick to it, a little feel, but I mean, with how this thing comes apart, I've never had a gun come apart that easy, that quick. So I just, you know, like he asked, I just did, you know, some rounds, ran the bore snake through it, made sure it was all cleaned out and good to go. Like I said, putting it back together, there is a little trick to it. Getting that slide back on, getting the rail back on, the top rail. I found if you just tap it on the end, it just does that last little. I watched guys and they seem to push hard and get it to click. I just tap it and it popped right back in. But yeah, they just recommend, you know, every 20, 40 rounds or something like that, just run a bore snake through it while you're breaking it in. While you're breaking it in. It doesn't mean you have to do it all the time. So after that, go ahead and put it all back together. Now, I went ahead and brought out the slow-mo camera. This is a regular speed. I mean, it doesn't even look like that gun even rises at all. It's just so smooth. And look at that, man, it's just crazy. You do feel it in your hand different. You know, it does, you're not fighting it, it does push back into your hand. It feels weird. I want to shoot it, I can't wait to shoot it back to back to my, now this is in slow motion. Even in slow motion, it looks like it returns fast. This is about, I think about 1/10 of normal speed. And look how quick it's back on, back on. You know, it's just nutty. And these are just standard, these are Brazier rounds, just standard off the shelf ammo, nothing, you know, nothing special, just 115 grain. That trigger, really crisp, really crisp. I'll get more into that tomorrow or the next day. Today was just mainly about breaking it in. Getting the sights. Here, I didn't get a chance to put the red dot on. I'll do that tomorrow. Get that sighted in. Now what's funny is listen to this last shot. I hit the still. Listen to how long it takes. It shows you how slowed down it is. Now listen to it full speed. So, I mean, that kind of shows you how slowed down. Because, I mean, it looks like even in slow motion, that's quick. You know, it's back on quick. So now I was going to video it more. I started backing up and shooting the still. I backed up to like 30 yards, 40 yards, 50 yards and was shooting that still. And then this happened. It jammed on me. And at first I didn't know what it was. I didn't know if I had a round jam or what. You can see it was pretty jammed up right there. Finally I got it to break free, but even then it didn't go all the way forward. And I could just feel it was a little bit gritty. Something was in there. You know, I couldn't tell what it was at the time. So with that, I just went ahead and took it over and went ahead and took it apart again and checked it all out. And if you look, with it being the gas blowback, and right now, and I did look on their website, and whenever they talk about breaking it in, they do say that you might come across some issues because the gun, the tolerances are so tight. It's brand new, everything's real tight, nothing's wore in yet. That's why they like you to break it in a little bit. They did say you might have some issues, something similar to this, and they should lessen as the gun breaks in more and then just go away. So this is something, you know, that, and what it wound up being is the, that blowback plunger. It's just with the carbon, I guess, getting in there and stuff, you'll see it kind of sticks even when I'm doing it by hand. It kind of got stuck in there. I tried cleaning it out some, tried putting a little bit of oil on the barrel, a little bit on the spring for this, but I'm pretty sure it was just, I mean, look at my thumb, you can see how dirty that stuff gets. Because of that gas blowback, that portion of the gun does get pretty dirty pretty quick. But they say as it goes on, it doesn't cause issues unless you go a long time without cleaning it and getting that carbon off of it. So I went ahead and tried using some of the carbon. They give you some carbon remover. And like I said, I was out in the field. I really didn't plan on extreme COP. I didn't plan on all this, so I didn't really have anything with me to really do a deep clean on it, or so I went ahead and gave it a shot here. Put a little bit of oil, like I said, on some of that stuff, cleaned that up the best I could, and then went and tried to, let me get over to it. Oh, I thought I had this ready. Where'd it go? And then I went back over and started to shoot again. And you'll see I get the grip. I kept having to kind of adjust my grip. It's a little bit different, or it's a lot different than what I'm used to. It's a smaller grip. Smaller grip than the 2011. So, and then with the beaver tail, and it's just a different feel. So you'll see I kind of adjust my grip, trying to find a comfortable grip on it compared to what I'm used to. It's a comfortable gun, don't get me wrong. It's very comfortable. Everything's real smooth. It does bite you a little bit. Where I push up, I get that bulge right here, and it did rip some of my skin here from the slide. Going back and forth, it would grip, you know, just barely. It's not like a deep cut, but it was cutting my hand a little bit. But, so that's why you see me keep readjusting my grip, just trying to find a comfortable grip. See, I get a few shots in there, and it jams again. If you wonder what I'm doing with my mouth, I was eating sunflower seeds, so. I don't have dentures. I'm not playing Nancy Pelosi and trying to mess with my dentures in my mouth. Now the last one coming up, this one jammed up pretty good. There. Now I kind of shake the gun because I didn't know what I still wasn't sure how it was, you know, but on this one, I think it's this one. Yeah, I started shaking the gun and you see the bullet just in there rattling around. It was the slide just wasn't going forward. The bullet was pulled off of the magazine, but the bullet was just laying there. So that's when I just like, you know what, I'm not going to keep shooting it until I figure out exactly what and get it cleaned up. So I just put everything away, came back home, and here we are now. So I'm going to go ahead and break it down, clean it, and have it out again tomorrow. So that's what happened today. It is fun to shoot. It is, I want to get more time on it and be able to kind of use it like on the steel challenge. You know, I'll just set up some steel and actually shoot it faster with some double taps and transitioning and stuff. I'd love to get the red dot. I'll get the red dot rail on it. It's really cool. I mean, what a neat deal that you can just, you want to go to red dot? Just pop that off. And, oh, hold on, it comes with that closed. Like I said, I still am not a professional at this. I still don't have it down really. and boom, now you've got your red dot on the gun. So tomorrow I'll mess with this, get the red dot sighted in, and go from there. It's kind of cool. If you've never seen these before, the hammer is in this top rail. The hammer actually comes down and hits the firing pin. So kind of a neat, your sears up there, right there in the top, just juts off to the side where the trigger pushes up on it. Kind of a cool deal. And they do say that once you zero both of these, once you zero this though, you take it off, put it back on, you don't lose your zero. They say you can zero it on this gun, on this lower, take it off, put it on another Alien, and it'll be zeroed on that one. That's how tight the tolerances are between these guns. So, pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that tomorrow. I'll get it all cleaned up tonight. And if I see anything worth mentioning, I'll mention it in the video tomorrow. So, keep this one short. Thank you. Talk to you later.